So we're coming into this after the fact for a gentleman. It looks like he's got this process started. So we're going to just finish this up for him. He hasn't completely disassembled it. We're going to add some flux here. We're actually going to add flux across all of this and all of this. The only damage he really did that I can see that could be potentially a problem is this cut. My only concern is that we don't have continuity from here to here, which I can test. But for now, what we're going to do is we are going to do some solder removal. It is nice and hot. You know what we're going to do? We're going to add some low melt to this. Let's go ahead and start with... Ow, I just burnt myself. I understand why sometimes that thing will click in there, but other times it just doesn't. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Start with that. You can see it started to loosen up a little bit there. We're gonna do this on all of them. Just add a little bit of low melt to all of this. Look at that. Then we're gonna take our solder wick and we are just gonna go just like that. See, it's starting to pull it out of there. If not, we might have to use a solder sucker on this. Okay. That was upsetting. It didn't even move at all. So what we're going to do, we'll end up heat soaking this board to do this. I was watching a video on Linus Tech Tips yesterday about they were doing some, they're adding liquid water cooling to a laptop, and they actually had a UV board heater that looked pretty interesting that I might actually look at getting. That one cleaned up nicely. All right, Emily. That one cleaned up nicely. It's just these that don't want to right now. What even happened here? Just trying to like actually understand what is actually happening here. So we're just gonna add a bunch of solder into this. Got all up in there. Yeah, Emily, I'm fine. Stuff just smells terrible. You can see it racing its way up the wick. I really hope this guy didn't like mess up too badly. Alright, let's shut that off. We're going to use our other solder wick, and we're going to use a heat gun and a solder sucker. Start with using a little bit of this solder wick. I'm going to heat up this whole board. But again, I'm just going to put a little bit more of this in here. I really need to get that fume extractor completely set up. Sure, Emily, who doesn't? They're a great band. Add some flux to this. Because, as always, flux is your friend. Drink it up. Come on. I am genuinely curious if I can get the last of this cleaned out. You can see there is still like some schmutz in there. We're going to see if we can hit this with the last bit of little temperature here, get that stuff liquid. And then solder wick that stuff out of there. Alright, let's check this guy's HDMI, see how it lines up. It should be fine, hopefully. Oh yeah. So that is great. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are now going to add the flux. And then we are going to add, actually, before we do this, let me verify our continuity. I almost forgot to see if that, I need to see if that cut is going to be a problem. It should not be. Yeah, he good. He good, fam? I mean, it's definitely something. Unless you think it's like just the paper the board is made of. All right, so we verified continuity. Continuity's solid. Let's go ahead and add some low melt solder to all these pads. Make sure we have enough on there. Alright, the only one I'm a little bit concerned about... No, nothing to be concerned with. It's just a little ball. Which I should be able to just go... Boop. Look at that. Oop, I see a bridge. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. See if those made contact. They look like they did. That one did not. That one did not. I don't know, Emily. Don't remember. That one is just like, nah, I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch at all. Just like shoots straight up into the air. Like one of the the pin itself is just slightly bent. Not touching. That one's good now. That one's good. That one. I guess let me just add a little bit of flux to all these. Let's add a little bit to that. There we go. That. Smaller tool. Come on. Well, that's aggravating. Thank you. All right, now we need to add more of this. And very gently. Before I do anything, let me see if these connected up. Surprisingly, everything connected in. Only one was a little bit loose. Which one was it? That one? That one. Let me tap that one. See if I can get it to sit down. Better. Get these bad boys in here. What am I doing? What is your friend? Flux is your friend. That is how you reinstall that. You can see it's a little bit off from where this one is, and that is because I could, like, this whole board right here, you can see it's blackened. It has a curve to it from where the guy clearly was pressing a little bit too hard trying to get that stuff off of there. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.